Look at these, Dad! Jack could hear the little boy say as he picked up a bunch of yellow flowers he had spotted. "They're beautiful, honey," replied the boy's father as he proudly lay his hand on his son's head. Jack was walking along a long dirt road which connected the market to the rest of the town. Next to the road, there was a field full of beautiful flowers, and on that field was a single wooden house. Jack could see a man and a child kneeling down in the field. Jack had been at sea for several months and had decided to dock for a night at a small village. "Do you think she would like these?" the child asked his father. "I think she would. Yellow is her favourite colour," replied the man with a sweet smile. Jack couldn't help but feel joy at the sight, as the situation brought to his mind images of a certain little girl around the same age. As Jack reached the town square at the end of the road, he felt a sudden sense of warmth at the sight of the numerous houses and the plethora of people lining the streets. Since meeting Mary, Jack found himself preferring to be amongst the bustling crowds and lively sounds of the villages he would visit rather than the silence of isolation, a sensation that he was not yet accustomed to. Jack made his way through the town, but as he walked, he noticed that the people on the street were giving him unfriendly looks. He wondered what was going on. Jack could hear the friendly chattering of the townsfolk coming through the cracks in the door of the inn. The welcoming aroma of freshly baked bread and the sound of poured ale infiltrating his senses like a light shone into the darkness of night. The sign on the outside of the inn read, "The Lazy Dog, all are welcome." The words, "No wanderers," roughly carved into the wooden outskirts. As Jack entered through the door, the room suddenly went silent. Everyone stared at Jack as he made his way to a table. Jack looked around. Every eye was on him. No one made a sound as they silently pierced him with their sinister stares. Jack noted a man in the far corner of the inn mouthing something, but he couldn't make it out. Jack stood up and approached the bar, where a kind-looking elderly man was wiping down the counter. "Welcome to the Lazy Dog. Haven't seen you around here. What can I get you?" asked the old barman. "I am just passing through," answered Jack. "A room for the night and a drink would do." "Sure thing, sir. We have the perfect room for you, but it is being cleaned at the moment. I could give you that drink while you wait," proposed the barman. "Thank you," replied Jack. The old barman poured Jack a mug of ale. After Jack took a sip of his drink, he asked, "Old man, why did everyone go silent when I entered?" The man looked around cautiously and then leaned closer to Jack. "The people here don't trust wanderers anymore, since what happened to Taya," the man said in a hushed voice. "What happened to Taya?" inquired Jack. "She was killed by a visitor to our village," replied the old man. 5 years ago today." "Who was she?" asked Jack, with a tone of care as he was suddenly aware of his situation. "She was the wife of Kin and the mother of young Damien. She lived in the house in the field outside of town. You would have walked by it on your way here," the old barman explained. Jack took another sip of his ale. The barman continued. "It was a terrible thing, which affected the whole town.